We need to look out for each other. We need to take care of each other. And I think if we all did that in every way, then I'd probably be redundant, There'd be no need for policing at all. I spent the first month working a lot of hours and complaining that I had a wisdom tooth that was starting to come down. So the small and normal things of life were going on at the same time as the stress of COVID. An awful lot of people couldn't do the basics, so we started doing a lot of shopping. We started collecting prescriptions, but we also had a vehicle converted by a very nice local garage here, and that created a sterile bubble in the back of one of our cars. So we used that for dropping people to and from appointments for specialist clinics in Dublin. We're the same as everybody else. I've seen my mum once since COVID started. I miss being able to do the things I normally would do. Tonight on a Monday night, I'd love to be down watching the Munster match. I understand why it's so frustrating for people. I understand why it's so difficult. But we also understand how important it is to make sure that we're doing the right thing, that we're keeping our social distancing. The vast majority of people are being very, very careful. And I think, good news doesn't sell newspapers. So we get to see the incidences of perhaps breaches on the newspapers and on social media. I think we have a responsibility to each other. My rights don't outweigh my responsibilities to my neighbours, to my friends, to my greater community. I'm not an expert. I do know that if I'm not mixing with other people and if I'm wearing my mask, then the risks are reduced. And while I might not be especially vulnerable, that's not going to say that if I catch it, I'm not going to transmit it to somebody who is. I suppose when we kept social distancing at the start, and when we were all very, very particular and conscientious in following the rules at the start, the transmission rate plummeted. Now that we're slipping a bit, the transmission rate is up. I suppose, there's the proof. If we can get it back to where it was, then we get an opportunity to protect those in our community that can't protect themselves. And if we protect our neighbours, then this will pass and the economy will recover. And we've seen that in the Spanish flu, that, once we get out of it, things like that go back to normal fairly quickly. We do everything in our power to protect everybody, especially the vulnerable. The other bits and pieces we can fix afterwards. We don't get to fix making somebody really, really sick, and we don't get to fix if somebody loses their life.